All right. I got the third Hemi. There's one Hemi. Here's the other Hemi. I don't know if that's going to be the intake or not. Just got it sitting there. I got the car oil pan. I already started taking this one apart. This one's probably the fuckedest one of them all. Because, can't tell. There's some problems. But, in the pan it was on it. Got some problems too. But that's fine. I'm mainly after that. Water pump, timing cover, that's in good shape. Some other odds and ends I'm after. It had all the coil packs. So, yeah. Good harmonic balancer I just pulled. All my new bolts came in. There you go. Belt thing. I gotta get the vault out of that one. Put on this one. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna take her on apart, and if I see anything interesting, I'll let you know. Alright. That's the water pump. That's the timing cover. That's going on this engine. I'm painting the back side of this. Trying to layer up the paint. And then I'll start putting it on that. After it's dry, of course. I ordered the flex plate for the 904, which wasn't too bad. I got it from Mancini Racing, so I think it was like 69 bucks plus, shipping. So that wasn't bad. His engine had the manifolds, but they're cast iron. Of course, this is small runners, and that's big runner head, so and that ain't gonna work for me, but bitter bib. Alright, get back to you in a sec. Yeah, paint's not liking it. It's a little cold here. It's not really cold, it's just slightly cool. But a few parts. Fire going on in there. Not going really hot, but Well, this engine, I got one head off. All the pistons look fine. I don't know what the bottom side of that one, but the others look fine. Factory MDS. This is a 2006 Jeep here. So that was an earlier Jeep. And that one was a truck. I still haven't pulled the camshaft out of that one. I need to. Just to get a reference of where I'm at on these parts. But pretty much what's there is what's going to stay there. Besides maybe the intake. I ain't sure. I'm looking into doing something with the intake. If I do it, it's going to be really creative and really special. And as far as I know, I'll be the first to do it. You'll have to stay tuned for that. All right. Guess if anything happens, I'll let you know. All right, my diagnosis of this Hemi that punched its way apart. Literally, other than the holes in the block, this block's still good. The crank came out of it, surprisingly, it's fine. That'd be the one that did it. It ain't even really beat up. Got a few little binks. That's about it. That even looks good all the way around. All the bearings looked good. Actually, all the bearings look perfect. The only thing I can do, only thing I can understand is, because that's a compression aspect, not a fracture like it just broke. Only thing I can think of is this thing hydrolocked. One way or another, water or lots of gas, that could be it. Injector went bad, just started dumping gas into the back cylinders. That's possible. Or it sucked water down its throat or something. But the only thing I can think of is something occurred that put fluid in there and it went pop. Because it damn sure fucked shit up. Camshaft's a nice big old camshaft. Same as the other engines. Now I got 3 of the same big camshafts. Yeah, that might be normal size. I don't know. I've not actually had anything other than these 3 to compare to. But now that block is scrap or mock-up engines, maybe. Look, that bearings. You know, all the bearings look like brand new. You know, got some dirty oil on them, but even all the rod bearings here. This is one that broke. Look at this bearing. Bearings are perfect. Here's the other one that broke. Bearings are perfect. Only thing I can think of is possibly a hydro shock. This technically these should be checked before they ever get used to make sure they ain't been subject to the same similar crap. Covers are painted, or at least about as good as I'm gonna paint them. Honestly, when the whole engine's together, I'll go over the whole thing on a nice warm day, probably, but I think that'll be good enough. It looks like it's fairly baked on. There's some areas with some dirt. It's got a little more texture to it because it's sitting on the wood stove. But I think it'll be alright. Alright.